Okay, let's talk about wall paint because we're going to add some paint colors to this thing. And lucky for you, I was able to find Sherwin-Williams uh, paint colors. Now, if you can, as we've kind of done in the past a little bit, you can create your own paint colors just using a material type and duplicate and copy and give it an RGB color. Okay, and a lot of paint companies on their paint chips that may have the RGB color to it. But what you're missing there is the actual finish of the paint, and the reflectivity, and a lot of really intricate detail. If you're talking rendering, if you're just talking doing it for fun and games on your computer screen, you'll be okay with RGB colors. So what I did, and just use this as a kind of a guide for anything you're looking for Revit. If you do a search for, like Revit, Sherwin-Williams paint, you'll find several things. So I went to the Sherwin-Williams web page, and you want to go to the architects page. Okay. When you go to their main page, it'll say, well, let me just go to the main page. Okay, so I went Sherwin-Williams paint stains and colors. You can scroll down. I hate these new web designs. Anyway, so I went paint stains and colors, and um, I think I can just go right here. Color tools. Oh, wait, let me see. I kind of bounced around in here a little bit. Color tools, and here you can play with things online. You can look at lots of things, lots of cool things here. But I went to downloadable color palettes. Okay, now here you can download spreadsheets of their info, JPEG library of color swatches. If you deal with Photoshop, you can get the stuff there. You can get it for AutoCAD. Okay, but we want it for BIM applications, and you have to go to the RCAT website. So you'll click into that, and it should take you right to the Sherwin-Williams page. Okay, and what we want to go down, we want to scroll down here in the material libraries until we find the Harmony uh, brand of paint. Luxon Pro Industrial Duration Harmony, and we want to get the Harmony Eggshell and the Harmony Semi-Gloss. Okay, so you'll click on that to download. That's the first time that popped up for me. I don't know. And I want to get the Harmony Semi-Gloss, and so I'll download it also. Okay, let me drag this back out of my way. Now, what you'll want to do is copy and save both of those files wherever you're keeping your um, Revit download stuff. And I have mine in a folder called Revit Downloads. And after a while, you have to start organizing these things. So I created me a folder Sherwin-Williams, and then I brought those files in here. Now, I had gone ahead and copied down a couple of other files also while I was doing this. But just copy those into here so you can have them in your project, okay? Now, we'll go to materials. And if you don't see the little browser part down here, click on the show hide library panel. So we want to show that, and we can scrape that down. Now we want to come down here and we want to go create, open, edit, user-defined libraries. And I want to open an existing one, and then you'll browse to wherever you save those at. And we want to add both the eggshell and the semi-gloss. Okay, now, and once you do this, when you open your file up in the lab, that library may not show. Okay, but that'll be okay. And so we're going to let it run. All right. Now you'll do the same thing with the other semi-gloss. Now what you want to do is find the colors that we're going to use down here and add them up here. And let's see, where's my list? One that we're going to use in the great room is called Languid Blue. It's not searching based on name. Okay, so let me go with the number. So I wonder why it didn't look for it. There we go. I typed it wrong. Okay, and so you go ahead and select it here, hit the little arrow to upload it into your project. And you'll do that with the other paint colors that we need also. All right, now we're going to paint the inside walls of the dining great room, all around the foyer, and even the kitchen walls that need paint with this blue. And I'm going to work in a bedroom since I've already painted my rooms in there. And you should remember how to do this. Let's go modify, paint. And of course you'll pick your color. I don't know which one that is. Which one are you? Alabaster semi-gloss. That's not what I want. Pure white. I'll go in languid blue. And that's picking up on my floor. So I really need to be in a section or an elevation view. So I could work in the garage. Don't want to work in the garage? Why not? Okay. And so it picks the whole wall. If you need to edit the wall, you may have to do a split face, especially in the kitchen, because when you try to do this wall right here, it's going to want to do the entire wall down this way. So in an elevation view or a section view, I did a split face and split it right here at the corner so that I could get just this piece of the wall here. And then you'll also, let's see, oh, wrong one. You'll also have to think about your sloped ceilings in here, because you want to get paint up in the top of that ceiling up there also. Okay. Now we're going to add base molding to these, and I did it with a wall sweep. You may have to load that profile before you can create it, but you're going to, just like before with the other things, we'll go wall sweep. To start with, you probably only got cornice and stone ledge, so you go in and duplicate it. So you open one, you'll duplicate, rename it, and if the base 3.5-inch profile is not loaded, then you'll need to load that into your project. But a 3.5 9/16, that's a pretty decent size base molding for this type of house. And so I'll put it in, and you remember the whole deal where it runs the entire length of the wall. If you go into a section view, you can see there's my base molding right there. If you go into a section view, you can grab the end of it down here and pull it down, or you can actually split it and then drag it back to the points where you want it at. Okay. And so I'll give you in Blackboard a kind of a finish list of what we're going to use in what rooms as far as paints go. Okay. Now the cabinets, we had talked about maybe painting the cabinets. I can't find a good, easy way to do that. So you can see I've applied paint to these, but what I had to do is actually go in and edit the family and apply that paint to every surface of the extrusion within the family. And that was too much work. So if you dealt with cabinets all the time and you wanted those, then you would certainly do that in your in your library where you would have those things. But in our case, we're just going to leave our cabinets white and just go with it, instead of that. All right, because it just turned out to be too much work to apply paint to every single surface of the cabinet. But I did it in some of these. You can see there. I did it to see how they would look. Okay. Okay. And so that's how you do paint. I did a tile backsplash. You can, you know, yeah, do that. I can't remember if I talked about doing the backsplash when we did the countertops, but it's just like the surround for the fireplace over there. Except for I created one, called it backsplash. Made it a half, excuse me, a half-inch thick. Put it in there, edited the profile of it so it fits into the backsplash area. Okay, and I think that's actually our wall paint. Doors, the way I did the doors colors, I went into edit types and made all the panels and frames red oak. I made the trim the Sherwin-Williams pure white semi-gloss, and I left that. And you'll have to go through and pick all of your door, um, individual sizes. Of course, you can, if you remember or not, you can pick one, right click, and go select all instances. And it'll pick all of the doors of that particular size, and you go in and edit those, okay? Of course, yes, that's just a text field there. Okay, that should be that.